With so many of us working from home today, virtual meetings have become, well, somewhat normal. But you know what? There is the proper way to conduct a virtual meeting. I want you to meet manners expert Maryanne Parker. She is mannerofmanners.com with some great tips and advice on how we conduct the perfect virtual meeting. Good to see you, Maryanne.
Very nice to see you too. So the first thing is that we already know that the handshake is out, at least for now, but
This is true.
we still can follow some business etiquette rules because most of us will be conducting business online. The first thing is that we have to be on time. Punctuality is very crucial. We have to be on time. If we know the time and the time frame, we just definitely have to be there, and we have to be ready for the meeting. We have to take it in a serious note.
Yes, you got to pretend like you're really at work, right? I mean, this is very important. We're conducting
Very,
business
very
here.
true. Yes. You're showing respect not only to yourself, but to the rest of the attendees for the meeting. So
Right.
you're there.
The other tip that you have that I really like is you may be on a virtual meeting, like we're on Zoom. Sometimes there's a gallery, other people show up. We may not know everybody. You say it's important to introduce yourself.
Yes, I think that is always a good idea for you to introduce yourself because many new people are coming and enrolling in particular virtual trainings, meetings. So you can introduce yourself and at the same time do not sell. Try to show them how can you help them because it's a very difficult time for everybody. So instead for you to position yourself as somebody who is selling right away, introduce yourself properly and show them and tell them how you can help them. That's very important.
That is great advice. Now, this next tip is a bit tough for me because I kind of have to do it on a regular basis because of my job, but you say don't interrupt. That's kind of a hard one.
When we're talking about business and communication, usually we have to indicate when is the time for questions. Still depend on the industry, but if we are conducting an interview or if we're having a business meeting for about an hour, they probably will let us know, ask your questions in the end, don't interrupt, because we don't really know what is going to be the schedule for everybody else. It is something very common even from before the crisis. We just don't want to interrupt when we're at a business meeting.
Yeah, that makes really good sense. You also say no funny noises. Now, everybody should learn how to mute their microphone in case they need to. And I find this happens a lot. And sometimes meetings that I'm in, people are talking to other people and we all hear it. It can become disruptive.
It is very disruptive. At the same time, if we are not sure if we're on a mute or even our camera perhaps is not on or whatever the case is, we have to treat it as a business meeting. So you do not want to eat. This is you're not attending a movie theater. It is a business venture. It is a business meeting. So treat it as a business meeting. Don't eat, don't chew. It is very unattractive when you start communicating with other people and you're chewing and you talking with your mouth full. It is a very basic etiquette rule that we don't chew and talk to other people. So we should definitely avoid those type of noises.
Okay, last but not least, very important, dress appropriately.
And I'll tell you why, because usually when you dress appropriately for your business meeting, send signals not only to the rest of the people, but to yourself as well. Because if you show up with your pajama or your gym clothes, you don't really feel ready for the meeting. You want to be present. And how I said, for some people, this might be a little challenging, but for many entrepreneurs, it's not, because you have to be on the mood to conduct business.
If you have any more questions or want to know more of her professional etiquette examples, she's got lots of great tips. It's mannerofmanners.com.